Hey, Kathie Owen here of Kathie's Fitness and Coaching, and I'm on day one of a video series that I'm starting during this time of quarantine, time of life-changing events here and the world. It's amazing, and it's scary too, and it's okay to be scared. But don't focus on that fear. That's the number one thing I want to teach you. Do not focus on that fear. Keep your thought quality high. If you have a fearful thought, write it down, journal about it, and then come back to it later and then review it with, like Neville Goddard would say, the pruning shears of revision. Today, I'm going to talk to you about advantage. And advantage is one of the principles I live by in reality transurfing. I always say, always look for the advantage, keep outer intention high, which is God, and importance low, and you will find that the pieces of the puzzle come together perfectly. I've been through many struggles in my life, and I look back now and I see where they have paved the way to make this easy. It's weird because now I'm seeing everybody go through the transition I went to. And the transition I went through back in 2007 was a spiritual awakening. I see that now. And I see that we're being forced into that now. And I wouldn't even say forced. The powers that be are now making it happen. A lot of spiritual teachers that I listen to are all talking about this right now. It is pretty powerful. That's what's happening. So let me give you a story. Back in May of last year, 2019, our gym flooded again, the third time. It was pouring down rain. It was about 2:30 in the afternoon I had just finished training somebody, and the rain started pouring down, torrential downpour. No big deal, it happens all the time. But I did have a little bit of post-traumatic stress because this has happened before in the past. And the gym was closed for a long period of time. Well, when this happened, it happened again. And it was a pretty bad thing. I work at OcuSoft. I am their corporate wellness director and fitness director. They have a gym for their employees, and I run that. So my first thought was, okay, I'm a non-essential employee. I'm likely to get put back somewhere else. I don't know. Maybe I won't have a job. However, I chose to see the advantage in everything, and I chose to look at things from a different perspective as somebody else would from a fear perspective. And I opened up doors for me. It wasn't great. It sucked. Kind of like the quarantine. It sucks. But there is advantage in it, and it was pretty awesome. I got officed. There was no place for me to work out because we were under construction. So I got officed in customer service, which is the call center. And that's where they take the phone calls. I really didn't have a lot to do. I started writing online workouts. I started an online training program for the people at OcuSoft that worked out with me. I worked out in the stairwell there. I did some programs with everybody. It was kind of tough, but it really wasn't because I was housed in customer service. I got to see a perspective of the business that most wouldn't see. So in June of that year, last year, OcuSoft made their profit. They made a lot of money, and they even made over what they extended. So when OcuSoft does that, the owner of the company, Cynthia, gives out bonuses. She's just always said, that's what I'm going to do, and I'm going to do this. And I'm not talking a couple $100s. I'm talking thousands of dollars to all of the employees that work there. Lots of money. That was in June. She just announced that at the end of June that we had made our month, and it was pretty awesome. And then July came. July 4th, there was an ounce of a recall from the FDA of a lot of our products that were manufactured by somebody else. And it wasn't a fault of OcuSoft, but our customers buy from us, so we had to take the brunt of it. And working in customer service, I heard the effects of it through their phone calls. People were calling mad, they were worried, they were concerned, and they had to deal with them professionally, which they did. I was pretty impressed, but it was not easy at all. So that happened on July 4th. July 8th, they had a board meeting, and they were talking about not giving that bonus, even though Cynthia had told everybody, I'm giving the bonus, congratulations, we made our year, we made our month, everything. And yeah, she wouldn't have it. She chose to see the advantage in it and went through with it and took the bite, knowing that AccuSoft was probably going to lose a lot of money. Fast forward to December, she had a Christmas party for her business associates, and I worked that night with Yolanda. And when I worked with her, I just said, hey, I'm gonna hang out and work with you and help you with this party. I don't know, I like doing that kind of stuff. So I helped Yolanda, and come the end of the night, Cynthia comes up to me. Mind you, I'm hired by Cynthia as her trainer before I ever started working at AccuSoft, and I'll get to that story at another time. But Cynthia is actually my friend, and she comes up to me and she goes, I've had a few glasses of wine and I didn't eat very much, and I think I'm going to call an Uber. And I said, no, you're not calling an Uber. I'm going to take you home, because it would give me a chance to visit with her too, and I was eager to do that. So we clean up from the party and everything, and comes time to go home, and she gets in my car, and she's so cute. She goes, so when are you and Eddie getting married? And I'm like, yeah, let me just dodge that question. She kept asking me, and I was like, yeah, I don't know. We don't need to have kids now, so we probably aren't. It's not neither here nor there. It is what it is. So finally, we start driving along. She's telling me some funny stories and stuff like that. And then I asked her, I said, so Cynthia, how much did AccuSoft lose on that recall? And she quickly tells me, $14 million. And I was like, $14 million? Oh my God. And that was just in December, and I'm sure that more has been lost since then as well. And I said, well, don't you have insurance for that? Because I had heard through the grapevine that we had insurance and that would cover that. And she goes, oh yeah, we have insurance, but they decided it wasn't tragic enough for us to benefit from having insurance. I was like, oh great. So she took the brunt of that too. But there was another product in the works. This other product helps the eye doctors diagnose some eye infections a lot easier, and so and it's not expensive, but it's more expensive than a box of lid scrub. But it also uses the lid scrub. There was just so many benefits to this product. Well, it was in the works, and it just came through right at the right time, and there it came. So now let's fast forward to a year later, and we have the quarantine. We are a pharmaceutical company, and there are measures being taken. It's a very scary time for everybody. I can only imagine. All of the executives are working from home. Anybody who can work from home is working from home. They are going through all these measures to make sure everybody's safe and taken care of, and everything's okay. And it's a scary, uncertain time. But I guarantee you, we'll find advantage in this. In the end, it will come back to normal, and I'm going to come back a month from now, or 2 months from now, 3 months from now, maybe even a year from now, and say, look back, look at the advantage. It is a spiritual awakening that's taking place on the planet, and let's take advantage of that. Keep your thought quality clear. Remember, there's advantage. Keep your outer intention high and your importance low. And tomorrow we'll talk about dropping importance. Namaste.